Hello, everybody. Oh, look, we have Bora T Bar. Nice to see you. On Butterfly Kisses is here.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, thank you, Juno, for coming and hanging out and talking energy modalities with us. What a interesting topic, and what a time of year to talk about it. I mean, we just like every time we want to do a show, we just like what a couple hours before, what are we going to talk about? So we, so this morning or this afternoon, sometime we're talking about. Is it today? I don't even know.
I think it was yesterday we started, but still, but we've been working at pulling it all together all day long. At least I know you and I both have.
Yeah, and
There's
it's like
something
so.
else this year.
Yeah, so we're in Scorpio season, right? This is a deep, deep, deep part of the year, as
Mhm.
we all know. We have Halloween tomorrow. We have, and look, Gina's dressed up with her new hat. And on um, Friday, we have the new moon in Scorpio. So we're in Scorpio season with the new moon in Scorpio, with Pluto in Capricorn about to change into Aquarius on the 19th. So this is all about how do you heal? What comes up? Because I don't know about all y'all, but I think Gino's having the same thing I am. All kinds of weird memories are popping up
Mhm.
over different, all throughout life. It's really weird. Um, it's so, you have to remember to get your center, right?
Yeah. Stay
Stabilize.
grounded.
Yeah.
Ground, ground, ground.
Ground, ground, and breathe in that
Or
higher consciousness.
black
Oh, that's
tourmaline.
beautiful. Black
So if you guys got
tourmaline.
any black tourmaline, hang on to it. Stick it in
Yeah,
your shorts, stick it in your pocket, stick it in your bra, put it under your pillow. Anytime right now, like for the next week or so, or even a little bit
three.
more, stay grounded, right?
Yeah, say three. Constantly catch yourself. That's what I've been doing. I mean, I haven't caught myself a couple times and figure it out pretty
What?
soon thereafter. But it is definitely these energies are. I mean, we're going to encounter them in every year anyway, but
Hmm.
this year is obviously especially outrageous because
Yeah.
for next Tuesday we have the election. We have all kinds of chaos going on in the world, and that's part of leaving the Piscean age, going into the Aquarian age, going into the Golden age. There's always the chaos at the end of what is being healed and going forward with you, and what is being healed and being left behind. Because
Hmm.
I don't know about you, but I really feel like we kind of, and this is all life, right? All throughout life, we die and we rebirth. We die
Oh
and,
yeah,
and
constantly. I mean,
yeah,
just look at how our cells are. Uh, I was watching a ghost hunting show the other day, and it was in England, and the it was two women who were talking. One was interviewing the person who owned this castle, and they were pretty skeptical about it. They weren't jumping on the woo woo train like we do, a little more easily. Not that we're not skeptical, but I think we're maybe a
yeah,
little more predisposed to being open to it. And the one woman said, because it was several generations had lived in that same castle. And she said, when I found something about over 50% of dust in our house is human skin. And then the correlation between, does that affect manifestations? You know what I mean? Apparitions, or, any kind of uh,
right.
something coming through from the other side. And then I looked it up, and it was actually between 75 and 90% of the dust in our house is human skin. Isn't that amazing?
Whoa, whoa,
So
whoa,
but if you
whoa.
think about that, like, is that you know an avenue, or a way to, there's just so much out there, like, when you open up to learning about this, it's just amazing that there's just more and more and more. What
So,
did Barb say?
so much stuff going on. She's in a deep red state. Everyone at the polls was so helpful and friendly, and such sweet people there. My mom and I were concerned but bound and determined to vote. Beautiful experience. And
Awesome.
see, and that is the actual, that's the that's the part of the Scorpio season that we want to get to. We want, because I think everybody is really in internally dying and being reborn.
Oh,
This is a big time, in our ascension, in the ascension, um, spiraling up. We're jumping up big in these timelines now, and it's just, uh, it's powerful. But we are going to be, I'm not going to say it's going to happen directly to us, or it may happen in some aspect, because it could be. It just depends wherever in your chart. How I look at things for
mhm.
Scorpio, where that's going to maybe cause a little bit of a jolt for you. Um,
I got
and,
to turn a light on, Valerie. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
sure, sure.
Bye.
And if you want to, and I's information is in the description box. But um, this is the ultimate goal, is to have a beautiful experience in every moment. I mean, I don't know, is that ever going to be a true statement in this, as we're raising in vibration? But you can see more and more each moment. If you're being consciously aware of that choice, you can make it a beautiful moment. Even though you were probably felt really apprehensive about going to vote, T-Bar,
Hmm.
and look, you and plus your energy, right? You're a light worker, love worker, energy worker, and that radiates wherever you go. Man, I got chills over that. Hi, Laurie Hunsinger. Hi, Perrette. Hi, Amanda Carroll, and hi, Jenny. Um,
I've seen so many videos, especially of women having voted, like they've done a little selfie video or TikTok or whatever, and they're just crying. They're just like, it was an experience. You know what I mean? It was to go vote. They had chills, or they were just so emotional.
mhm,
And the men who are coming forward and saying that I'm doing this for my daughter and for my
mhm,
daughters-in-law, like a guy only had sons, and he said, I'm doing this for my future daughters-in-law, that
mhm.
you know it's very moving. It's very, I'm just all of it,
It is.
I'm just, and what I had to go to Tucson. It's like an hour drive on the interstate on Sunday, and I put out there ahead of time, that anybody I encountered, that they're just lovely people, and I met the
Mhm.
nicest people, and people were just,
Yeah.
it was, and I encountered a young man, and I was kind of telling him about doing the psychothon, and I was in a place of business, so I said, well, I don't want to say political. I said, but we raised over $10,000, that we donated to our favorite candidate. And then I said, and right when I went to say, and she's great, at the same time he said, oh, I'm just so excited that to vote for.
Mhm, mhm.
So it was just, and then we grasped hands. I mean, this, you know what I mean? It was just one of those spontaneous moments between two people who don't know each other or anything before, but just that connection of,
Mhm.
yes, that, okay, that energy, bring that energy up. It
Yeah.
felt so good, and it gave me so much hope in our younger people, that they are paying attention, that they are passionate about this, that they do care, because it's important. Because what we've already lost, there's only more they would take away. This is, our
Right.
ancestors fought too much and too hard for what we
Right.
have.
That's how it happens, right? I don't think we've ever had this much freedom in our past histories,
No, no.
even with the reverse on Roe v. Wade. But I mean, come on, you just don't in
It
mid
doesn't mean we
game.
go back.
Yeah, it doesn't mean we go back, and it doesn't in mid game say, oh, all of a sudden, there's a part of your body you don't have a control over anymore. I don't think so. But this is also playing out in our society, right? This is a 248-year cycle, for
Well,
America, for
it's playing
America's
out all
Pluto
globally
return.
too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
Oh,
like when they
definitely. I was
say,
just going to say that.
when they say, when America gets sneezes, the world gets a cold.
Yeah, it does.
So it's affecting more
And
than
there's a lot of just this severe division on, right or left. Like it's just it's bizarre. But to me, it's because of this end of Pluto cycle in Capricorn. because that affects every nation in some way, whether it was their Pluto return like it was America's or not. It's still affecting, like you said, it is directly affecting our
And
government.
who, I mean, that would be something. I haven't seen anybody who's looked at other countries and see where they're at. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
A lot of us focus on
mhm,
America, which is
mhm,
great, but it'd be curious to see where some of these other big players, especially, are um,
mhm.
with their Pluto and Mars. It's just because it's
Well,
so interconnected. It's always
yeah,
interconnected.
yeah, and think about it. America is the baby, and if they can shut us down, and I'm
What we're
just going to talk
experiment.
about being a, a free nation with individual human rights,
Yeah.
then they can shut anybody down.
Yeah.
So and Juno and I know I don't want to speak for you, but I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
I've heard her say, we know Kamala is going to win. We've looked at the chart. She's
Yeah.
done the readings. We've
Yeah.
all done the
Not saying
readings.
it's going to be easy. They're going to pull their stuff, but we're going to keep it. The less you are in worry and fear and anxiety, and the more you just stay in that positive energy, you can
Mhm,
do it. It's like okay, if I want to learn how to throw darts well or whatever it is, you practice it over and
mhm.
over. So the more you practice that, staying in that place and saying, I'm not like I it took me a long time. It took me decades to get here because I didn't believe it.
I didn't either. Once you get to that faith and trust part, and I mean, that's a trust fall with the universe, it's not
Yep.
easy,
Yep.
you know. But here we are, and we've all, pretty much all of us have come through a lot of dark nights of the soul for the last 20 years.
Hmm.
Lori Hunsinger, happy birthday. It's her birthday
Oh, happy
today.
birthday, Lori.
She had the
Yay.
same experience today, T Barb. I live in Texas. There were every age, race, gender, and many young voters. Everyone was relaxed and friendly also. Oh, that's too, that
Yeah,
is, I
things are
mean, that's,
different. Things are shifting.
yeah,
So,
yep. And we can feel it. We do feel it. But the reason for the show tonight is we do get jammed up, right? Sometimes.
yeah.
And sometimes we need some help. We need some energy work, or
And they, just because you do this kind of work. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to figure all this out. What, what's going on behind the scenes is just insanity. But just because you know how to calm yourself or you know how to do these things doesn't mean that you don't have. Healers need healing too.
Absolutely.
So.
And I agree with you here, T Barb. You're a Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio.
Oh
My
my goodness.
goodness.
Yeah.
Maybe I carried my energy. Maybe you were born carrying that energy, is what
Yeah.
I would say to that. Because
Yeah.
Scorpios, even though we all are born here and we have to learn through experience, Scorpios intuitively understand the boundaries. Where's the limit? Where's the boundary? What is right for me? What is wrong for me?
Hmm.
Um, and we all have that, like I said, Scorpio in our chart, and we all do that on some level of our life, but it's pretty cool. Triple Scorpio. When's your birthday, T Barb? The day, um, if you don't mind sharing. Oh, that was, we already did that one. Here's Lori again. I'm hoping the silent majority will step up and not sit on the sidelines any longer. I understand those that gave up. I hope this election put a fighting spirit back in them. Me too, Lori.
Definitely.
And we
Yeah.
could just send them love, truth. I send truth everywhere to
Yeah.
the voting polls, the government, all the city buildings, the state buildings, and dragons, lots of dragons. Hi,
Yeah.
Kim Robinson. Those
Yeah. I'm wearing
dragons
a
are
kimono
working,
that's got dragons all over it today. So,
right?
you
The
know.
dragons and the unemployed angels, right?
Yeah, they need something to do, guys. So
Yeah,
remember to ask, and when you ask, be grateful, and be grateful before you even receive it. And then you find out,
right.
you get to the point where it's like stuff is almost manifesting as soon as you even think
As,
about it.
as
It's
soon as
amazing.
you think of it, yeah, it's so
It's
cool.
really cool. Yeah, and that doesn't mean every time you want something. It's not that, but when things are you're lined up with them.
That's right.
It's really cool. I was going to show you guys really quick a couple of new hats. I got
Yay!
a new style.
November 3rd is T Barb's birthday. Happy birthday
Oh,
to all my
very happy birthday.
Scorpios. And Lori Hunting's are also a water dragon. Wow.
Nice. Yeah,
My
my
God.
birthday's on Thanksgiving this year, so
Oh, a special read for Lori is being called out. Hey, yeah, we'll do that
oh,
at the end.
definitely,
Sure.
definitely. So yeah, so
Oh,
here's my new hats, guys. They've got wire in them to give them the shape, but they're
God.
kind of, this one's purple. It doesn't show the colors. Not, well, that's pretty close. It's purple. It's like a real grapey purple. And then I got
Oh, a great
one more,
purple.
and I did this one for all the Christmas elves, and I put jingle bells on the tips. So
I just love that little bell.
aren't they fun?
Bells. Oh my God, that's so cute.
So they're kind of Beetlejuicy, cat
Yeah.
and hat, whatever, Dr. Seuss, but they're fun. So
Isn't that cool? They are fun. Hi, Joyful Journey. Good to see you. So we have T Barb and Lori. We'll read for both of them. What do you think?
so
Any other Scorpios here we can
that's
maybe do fit you in too?
absolutely.
I don't normally favor straps, but I love it. Straps.
Stripes. I mean,
Oh,
maybe she means stripes.
Oh, thank you. They're unemployed angels. Yeah, we need those. Keep sending them everywhere. Everyone needs them. Anywhere you go, children, animals, government, everything. Water, air, earth.
When you start doing it, it makes such a difference. You know, I've
Yeah,
been doing this thing. I've talked about it before. That when anybody, I made this promise when all this COVID started that anybody I run into in the stores or on the phone, and I tell them, I pray for them because I really do. Before I get out of bed, I pray for all of them, and how much I appreciate them. And people just have the most. It's the biggest gift to me when I say that, because you just see this total change. And I was in Joanne Fabrics on Sunday, and the woman I talked to, she just she moved. You knew she wanted to hug me, but I was wearing my mask because I have to be really careful. And so she was being respectful, but it was like almost like she was at the end of a chain. Like she just had to keep stopping herself. And then she grabbed a hold of my hand and she just didn't let go, and she just said how much she appreciated it. And I just said, and what I love to tell them, and I hope your feet don't hurt all day. You want to score points with somebody who's on their feet all day, tell them that, and they'll say to me, boy, and I'll say, I've been doing this every day. And a lot of times they'll say, yesterday was such a bad day. I felt it. It made a difference. Like it's funny how it sets them on a different mental path than where they were going, just being stressed and grumpy,
so
true.
And we, we're each our own individual perception of our reality, and we can use that to the highest good of all. And this is what
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sure we all do it here. I love how T Barb said, yeah, people are hurting out there.
Yeah.
And I let somebody go in the grocery store in front of an older couple go in front of me that had a lot less than I had, and they were like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I mean, it is. I think it is." As we call this ascension, right? What do you think ascension is? It is where we raise in frequency and we're more compassionate towards each other, more, I'm not, in integrity with each other. I don't want to just use the word unconditional love and truth, authenticity, right?
Yeah.
You're just authentic, and people feel that your energy is authentic, and that's what we wanted to talk about tonight was the energy. We can choose, how to spend our energy, or if we know we need a healing, or if we know we need to, or someone's asking us for help. There's so many ways.
Well, and I know a lot of us. It's almost like when you get into doing this kind of work, you get it's like this is, I don't know, this is the right analogy, but how when it's milking time for the cow, you know what I mean? The cow feels that buildup of the milk, and it's like not the energy, but the healing energy. It's like you get to where, okay, I need to I need to expel some of this, you know what I mean? In a good way. I need to work with somebody. I need to heal. And sometimes the only option you have is to do it remotely. But it's
Mhm.
nice to know there's ways to do that, because it's like that buildup of, you know, it's like, you know, your hands get warm or hot even, or
Mhm.
there's a lot of different ways you can sense it, or you get a lot of chills, or just feeling, you know, that bubbling up feeling. And it's good to know that there are ways, you know, because I don't interact with very many people on a personal level, but I can do it remotely. And
Mhm.
I've had more times than not, I'll be doing that, and all of a sudden that person will text me.
Yes,
You know, it just comes through right away. It's like, oh, look,
yeah.
you know, and then you tell them what was going on. It's pretty cool.
And isn't it interesting? Like that really all started when we got in lockdown in COVID. We
Yeah,
started to have to innovate, right? That's
yeah.
part of this. uh, That's what Aquarius does. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. It's about innovation. I mean,
Mm.
we're going to have all kind of new technology, all kinds of things coming in. But for the, last couple years, last few years, it was about how do we innovate under these extreme circumstances. And look at us. We would have never met. Most of us would have
Oh,
never met.
never. Look, yeah, and look at we got friends all over the world now. I mean,
Right.
and we stay in contact almost every day. Most of us have some sort of,
Yep.
you know, even it's just watching a show, but we're still staying in that energy. You know, even if you watch it on replay, you're still in that energy. And
Absolutely.
it has been so life-changing for me. And, you
Mhm.
know I can face anything because we've got this powerful energy with us, you know, and we've combined it. But
Changed my whole world, changed how I looked at the world, because we could have took this in really, we're in a pandemic and we're all going to die. We could have took it in another,
well, and some people did.
yeah. And I was just going to say that. And not only that, that I can guarantee you, I felt like that a couple of times. I wasn't sure, the
Yeah.
uncertainty, you know.
Yeah, well,
We
that's
had T Barb saying we had elderly poll workers. They expressed so much gratitude to everyone for coming. One old guy took my mom's hand, looked into her eyes, and thanked her
yeah.
so much for coming. Oh my God, I love these stories. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
it's amazing, you know, things are changing, you know, and the other thing is as ugly as the last, like, especially couple days have been with certain things, that certain events, those people have shown their hand. You know, it, you know, there's probably even more dirt, but we know so much now, and it's turned a lot of people. It's really said, okay, that was my, you know, that was the one that was too far. And no, that's how they voted,
and,
and good
and you
for them.
yeah, and you got to ask yourself though, or at least I'm asking myself when I'm looking at some of the things that have gone on last couple of days. Let's just bring up Madison Square Garden. It's like, are you, I heard it like 'cause I listen to a few minutes a day. I don't get too wrapped up in it, and I was like, the first thing I got was they're trying to lose, or they're trying to see how far they can push this.
Exactly, they're throwing everything against the wall. You
Yeah,
know, they're putting it all out there in the hopes that whatever they're spewing will influence somebody
yes,
and
yeah.
it's not. You know, they've fished that pond out as far as I'm concerned. And but anyway,
Oh,
let's not go too far down the political
yeah, no, no.
road.
I just wanted to, as you said, last couple of days, and I just want to say that one more time. This month, is going to be it can be volatile. I don't know it's going to
It's gonna
be. I
be
don't know
bumpy.
anything, but it's going to be bumpy.
Yeah.
It Pluto in Capricorn ends 248 years cycle,
Hmm.
and it's America's Pluto in Capricorn return, or it was right. That was at 27 degrees. So here we are, and we got to see. Okay, because what Pluto and Capricorn represents is that top 3%. The biggest transfer of wealth has happened over these last 4 years since the pandemic. A lot of stuff is going to be exposed like that. That's all I want to say. Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And just, you know what? The thing is, it's just like if you get in a car accident, okay? The more flexible your body, like don't brace yourself. That's
Right.
when you get hurt. If you're going to be all stressed and wringing your hands and everything, doesn't help anything. Doesn't help you. Doesn't change anything. If you voted, you've done all you can do. Other than, I mean, the other thing you can do is if you can influence somebody else or help them get complete their voting process. But don't take it, see past this, see where we're going, put that energy going, get that, it's like, get that energy pathway up and running. The more we all do it, the more we focus on that positive energy flow, then the easier it is to move into that. But stay flexible.
Absolutely, stay and
And don't freak out if you hear something that's not great. Don't freak out. It's just, it's just part of the bumpiness, and then we'll get there.
And Priscilla's here from the Crone Zone. And Maria has perfect health is here. Hi, Maria. And I was going to say about that too. Do you know that as much as you can, be a neutral observer.
Yep. Observe, don't absorb.
It's important.
And when you and have that 3-word phrase in your head, so when something starts to trigger you or make you feel, whatever, say observe, don't absorb. Like, just get that as a mantra. Have something to replace. Like, a lot of people will say, well, just don't think that or don't that, but you got to replace it with something else. Otherwise, it's hard. It's makes it easier to focus on what you want to replace it with. And but what do? I'm just empty thought. It's going to fill in with something. Nature abhors a vacuum. So,
and the best way I did was whatever how negative my thought was, I'd be okay. Well, what would I rather prefer to see, right?
Yeah,
or prefer to experience.
To see. Yeah,
and that's what I would do. It took me that was a process, but I was pretty negative thinking person, very abusive to myself. And that was just right. And Juno and I both have said, having to go through this experience this last few years, being in, lockdown and all that, that's where and all of you too, people's skills and abilities in their everything, they started to shine. They didn't, just started to turn on, and it's going to turn on even more because we're not even.
We're just in kindergarten with learning this. So we're in kindergarten. Do you know what I mean? But we are there. We've made that. I just think it's amazing, and we're stronger than we realize. I am so much stronger now for having gone through all this stuff, but so grateful to have had the support of these fine people in our community to keep us, supported and understand. Oh, you're having a bad day. It's okay. Go lay down instead of going, why don't you get up? What's the matter with you? You're lazy. It's not like that. We're understanding of each other's.
And that's part of the new world, honoring how you feel.
Yeah.
If I don't feel, if I just really am not, and then we've been through it. We're still in that cosmic washing machine. And how many dark nights of the soul have we all had?
But just think of how we're clearing the path for our future selves, because we're getting a lot of this junk dealt with. And I've had such a big. Well, I won't go there. It's another story for another day. I wanted to share with everybody. I ran across this. I've been going through a lot of my paperwork because I'm putting together Jinshin Jitsu classes, which I don't want to start those when we've got all this turmoil going on. So my plan is like after January 20th at some point. I don't know exactly the date, but sometime after that is when I want to kick off my healing classes. But I just don't want to start that under this. And everybody's distracted. But anyway, so I've been going through a lot of paperwork to find, things to pull together. And I ran across this. It's the history of medicine. So in 2000 BCE, they would say, here, eat this root. And in 1000 AD, it's like in our, after the BCE turned to AD, that root is heathen. Here, say this prayer. So then 1850, they started saying, that prayer is superstition. Here, drink this potion. And then in 1940, it moved to, that potion is snake oil. Here, swallow this pill. And then in 1985, it started to be, that pill is ineffective. Here, take this antibiotic. And then in 2000, it went to, that antibiotic doesn't work anymore. Here, eat this root. I mean, it's made this whole circle, right? Of, you know, what we think is the thing that's going to eradicate all the bad things in a certain lifetime, you know, and then but that evolves and then that changes in, you know, nature finds a way to counteract that to give us more challenges and we keep going round and round. But, you know, it's about a lot of these healing modalities are from ancient knowledge. And then, you know, science came in and poo-pooed all that. And now they're finding out, oh, but maybe if you combine the ancient knowledge with the technology and the things we're learning, maybe that's the, you know.
That's the sweet spot. Mix them both work. But see, the intention, the goal from the and I think a lot of the medical community is starting to get it, is let's cure this. I don't want to continuously take this medication for the next 40 years till I die, you know.
Well, they're just treating the symptoms. They're not getting to the cause, you know. And that's one thing that I really love specifically. I mean, not that other modalities don't do this, but in Jin Shin Jitsu, we focus on the you know, the pre, you know, what was the cause, you know, like way back, and it goes back 3 steps, which is really interesting. That's a whole, you know, that'll be part of the class, but it's like, when you understand it isn't just, I mean, for the first thing, don't take all the meds that are going to give you a bunch of side effects to take more meds. Like that's a cycle. I'm not telling anybody don't take your meds. I don't mean that, but just be, you know, be an active participant in your own healing. Don't just put it all in the hands of someone else and realize how you, and this is all entertainment for entertainment purposes only. Not a doctor. Valerie's not a doctor. We're not giving medical help. We're just giving, you know, we're just talking about some of these different modalities and how they function. And,
but I guess what you're saying though, you know, if something's wrong, and this has just happened to me, I'm going to go to the doctor. I want to get checked out. I want to get my blood work done, right? And then once I have all that information and I do, you know, whatever else is going on, then I can make the choices on how do I want to go forward. So my doctor already knows I don't want any pharmaceuticals. So I'm looking for alternatives. Right. And if that doesn't work, I can go to energy healer like Juno, you know, Reiki healer, Jinjitsu healer, JSJ. I'm just going to say
say JSJ. Yeah, there's a lot of different modalities, and I ran across, this is another one of my goodies that, man, I found this years ago on a chiropractor's website, and then I lost track of it, and then I found it again. You know, it's like I've already spent a week trying to find it again. But this, I found these little diagrams just to show you how the energy flows in the body with certain different modalities. So with chiropractic and cranial sacral, see, that's how the energy is moving in the body. It's dealing, you know, mostly with the spine, but goes up into the brain. So the chiropractic addresses the alignment of the skeleton to benefit the nervous system. And the cranial sacral restores the fluid between the cerebral spinal fluid. Sorry. Yeah. I'm reading the back of this card and I'm not paying attention.
And I love that you brought that up, Juno. The nervous system is the point here, especially tonight with us, because that's what's getting.
We're all on our last nerve. Yeah. You know, we've been on our last nerve for about 4 years now, and then some. But it's
8, 9.
Yeah, exactly. So here, if anybody's heard of polarity therapy, see that's even though it's still dealing with the spine, but it's making more. It's like a lot of figure 8s, a lot of infinity symbols, kind of almost, right?
I do that. I didn't know that she had this. I do that. I connect my chakras with
exactly
all the way up. Yeah.
So polarity therapy controls the body's energy through positive and negative charges in the electromagnetic field. It includes yoga, nutrition, and counseling. So this is a real whole, you know, body, mind, and spirit modality, if that's something that anyone is interested in. So you can see how that energy. Okay, so here they are side by side, so you can see the difference. And then, so go ahead.
That looked. I'm just was commenting on how cool they looked. Hi, Diana. Hi, Judy.
Hey.
Say hi. Judy's lurking. Diana's hollow is. I know Diana's doing her thing with
Oh
the
yeah,
Halloween
yeah.
for
Her
tomorrow.
yard,
I
she
can't
just
wait
blew me
to see
away.
your
Her,
yard.
yeah,
I know.
fantastic. Belongs on a like a documentary. It's so
It
amazing.
really does. She
So
just
when you have acupuncture, okay, and acupressure, it focuses on the flow of chi or life energy through the meridians.
mm,
Okay, so that's see, it's a whole different kind of patterning. And then when you
mm,
get to Jinshu, that goes head to toe.
wow.
So it moves chi with contactic safety energy locks. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. So I just think it's all really interesting to see the different ways. See if I can show you guys. Can you see? I can show three of them at a time. But anyway. So
And
when somebody says, like a lot of times somebody say, well, is this kind of energy healing better than that? Or what, what would be best for this or that? So you can see they all have their own patterns or, pathways through the body, which also reminded me of what they say about different religions. Many paths up the mountain, whether you're studying a religion or you're studying a healing modality or whatever, one doesn't have to surpass the other.
right.
But the important is that you're doing it in integrity and you're not, you're using it to do no harm. Those are the important things. Is you know.
Absolutely. And then we do this. I think most of us meditate or sit quietly. That's us. We're connecting our energy to the divine energy, to the energy all around us. And to me, that's going to become even. Um, there's so many people coming out as light worker, love worker, energy worker, healer,
Mm-hmm.
and each person is their unique energy signature that's doing that.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's me.
And each moment in time is a snapshot of that energy signature.
Right,
You
right.
know, it's constantly in a state of flow, and the more you can stay in the flow, the healthier you are, the happier you are. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The flow and gratitude.
So
Oh, what
this shows how what is this one? This is gallbladder meridian. So this is just an example. Now see how that, because you're seeing it from the side, see how that energy flows. This would be for acupuncture, acupressure. You can see how that flows through the body.
oh,
Okay, so this would, just to demonstrate a little bit. Here's some other, what's that one? Sorry, guys, it's hard to, that one up there this is heart constrictor.
oh wow.
So, you can see how that flows down into those fingers. Now, this is according, this is certain modalities. Like in Jinshin Jitsu, we go
Mhm,
to the pinky finger. And this
mhm.
one down here is triple heater. So people who work, do work with triple heater. That's this one down here. So you can see how that goes, from the hand all the way up and around the face. So when you're doing these things that can affect, moves different in different ways. And this is a chart that shows some of the meridians in the body, which we kind of think of them as going, north and south, but they don't always. But they tend to flow more north and south. And then when I talk about Jinshin Jitsu, because people know about meridians, they think, oh, is it meridians? And it is not meridians. It's different. So the meridians in, like, say, in acupuncture,
Mhm.
if you look at the energy flow, it's like a river, okay? And where they put the needles is where the flow of the river is the fastest. So
Mm,
that's how when you got a needle in there, it's like you can't even, if it's in your hand, like you feel it. If you move your hand, it's like you feel that energy or,
yeah.
hit on that nerve. In Jinshin Jitsu, it's more like the tributaries that lead into the river. Okay. So like the Grand Canyon, if you look at it from above, yeah, there's that big, long hole, but not hole, the canyon, but it's all those little tributaries that lead in to create that. So here, for
Mm,
example, in Jinshin Jitsu, this is the bladder flow, and um, look at how much that cleans the whole body. This is called the janitor,
wow.
and the pink and green means whether it's just in the front or the back of the body. But look at it, goes all up around the head, it goes all up around the face, around your teeth,
Oh my goodness.
spine,
How do
all
you
the
do
way through.
this?
So when I tell you to hold your index fingers, either one, this is kidney and bladder flow, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think ladies, we get older, a lot of us have, you know, problems that come from gravity and age and stuff in that area. This can really help incontinence or things that are hanging down, you know, that
Mm.
for whatever reason, this can help. And so you can see when you're doing that, that you're helping that, you know, that bladder energy. And look at how much it cleans and goes all up around the, you know, the kidneys and the pelvic area, head to toe cleaning. You could also,
Really?
you could
Just by
hold,
holding. I'm
yeah,
sorry, Juno. I didn't mean to.
okay.
Go ahead.
And then it also, let's see. So yeah, so you can see it starts up here in the head, and then, you know, it goes, it ends down at the feet, and then it turns into the beginning of the kidney flow at the toes. So each flow is like dominant in the body for 2 hours. So let's see, 16 and 18 military time would be what, 4 to 6 o'clock in the evening. So, and another thing, kidneys really do their work when you're lying down and resting or sleeping.
Yeah.
That's when they do their cleaning. Doesn't mean they don't do anything during the day, but the, you know, the majority of their work is at night.
So you're saying with the janitor that when you hold your index finger, that whole thing
Yeah,
goes around just by holding the index
just
finger.
by holding your index finger.
Wow.
Harmonize kidney and bladder flow. And this is just bladder flow. I don't have kidney flow to show you, but you know, I
Wow.
just thought it would be really interesting for you guys to be able to see. So this is just showing different ways. I'm not saying this is better than the other. I happen to know more about Jinshin Jitsu than I do the other modalities, and I have more, you know, to share. But
Mm-hmm.
and so the meridians and the channels are the transmission lines along which the ki flows, ki or chi, right? But you
Mm-hmm.
can also think of ki as K-E-Y. There's also a correlation. That, you know, the chi is your ki, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these transmission lines are not visible to the eye, but it is possible to feel them, feel the chi or ki flowing through them. Let's see. So in Jinshin Jitsu, when I was talking about the tributaries, it says, like when it rains, the ground absorbs what it can, and then the lakes and reservoirs fill up, slowly releasing the water over time.
Yeah. And the
So,
mycelium.
huh?
I've been seeing mycelium and tree roots for like 2 weeks now, and it just lights up over all the world. But that's kind of like how we are, right? Because everything in us is either a nerve ending or something's flowing, the meridians, right?
Yeah,
Um,
that's really interesting what Amanda says
yeah,
about watching.
Amanda, yeah, and then she says here, so are there good times of the day to do these exercises, Juno?
Um, any day, anytime you think about them is what I would
Mm-hmm.
say. You know, there, sure, there's an optimal, but you know what? We're in busy lifestyles and whatever. Don't get too hung up on that right now. When I teach my class, I can talk to you more about, you know, the
Yeah.
optimal times of day. But, you know, anytime you think about it, and if you only have time, okay, 5 inhales and exhales per finger is optimal. But you know what? If you only have time, like, okay, I can only do this and touch each finger, do it, you know, whatever it is. But if you have time, you're riding in the car, you're watching TV, you're standing in the grocery line, you know. And remember,
Mm-hmm.
it all starts with the thumb, the leader of the parade, okay? And this is correlated to the magician card in tarot. Connects heaven and earth. Babies suck their thumb. They're so wise. They know to harmonize themselves. Some babies suck their thumb in utero. And you can tell because they've got my daughter was, she had a blister on her thumb from
Yeah.
sucking her thumb. She was very wise.
Mm.
So it says,
Um,
oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to say hi to Vicky Howe, and I wanted you to see that Diana says she
Yeah.
loves knowing that. And oh, okay, you can see this. Okay, I'm
No,
sorry.
no, 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 no. I can't. It's hard for me to see it in small, so it helps for me to.
I noticed I unconsciously hold my fingers like that when self-soothing after an upsetting or recent incident.
Yeah.
Beautiful, Maria.
And I hear that almost
Maria
everybody I talk to, they, you know, and the other thing is when you do these simple things, it's cumulative. Okay. So
Right.
each, there's 144,000 functions in the body, and each finger harmonizes 14,400 of those functions. So just think of, gives you more reason to love your fingers and your hands every day. I've seen people who have arthritis, that their fingers are, misshapen and whatever. And when they work on this, it helps straighten their fingers out. It helps take down the swelling, and they're doing it themselves. It can really make a difference.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we are our first healer. We've just been disconnected from that.
Yeah, we know this instinctively, but we've just forgotten.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
What's Lori saying?
Lori was saying, so interesting about tree roots. I've been guided toward the sky and morning planets. They are making so many pyramids now. Yeah, pyramids were a big thing today too.
Yep.
Diana says, agreed. May I add that when I was pregnant, the OBGYN told me our kidneys work midday. Use noon is a good time to put your feet up. So I'm sure your method would really help to stimulate. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Love it.
And kidney and bladder. And so anything with the kidney and bladder, anything to do with flow, if you're feeling stuck, okay, and you need to get in the flow of things, hold your index finger. Yeah, and like say you're on an airplane, they won't let you get up to use the bathroom. You hold your index finger, you can harmonize, you can help with that urge until they allow you to get up to go to the bathroom. And if you really have to go, get in there and like detail it. I'm putting pressure on my finger, and you don't hurt yourself, but put on what you can tolerate, and then hold it until that pain goes away. Then that's got the energy. Muscles don't hurt and bones don't hurt. Tension hurts. So it's where the energy is stuck. Okay.
Wow. I love that, Juno. T-Barb saying, my little guy is back. So I'm sorry. Her little guy is back. He's very talkative tonight. Telling me they had pizza. He'd been to a school party. Oh,
yeah. Enjoy your time with them. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, I love this time of year for the little kids. Oh my God, they love it. They just love it. This says, hi, caught you guys live. Hi, my dears, love that hat design. Juno, do you want to show the other ones? What? Or
I don't know if Liz saw these yet. I don't know if I.
No, she just got here.
Yeah, these are my new ones. So, but they're always, something always changing. Got lots of fun stuff coming up. Going to do fun hats for Christmas, and maybe something. I don't know if it'll be hats, but maybe something for Thanksgiving. We'll see. I am dancing as fast as I can. Everybody, I work so hard to get the other orders out, and so people could have them for Halloween. I'm just now coming up for air from. It's like that's all I could focus on was just do it, and get it done, and then the whole. I don't just throw in the box. I package them. I write a note. But yeah, it's so. Thanks for everybody's patience. There might be a couple orders I still need to fill, but they weren't Halloween orders, so I'm getting there. And I have moved so much stuff around that I have buried things that I need, and I buried the things for the orders. They're here. It's just like, but which pile? I'm always in this major state of flux, but we'll get there. I'm getting things set up. I got some new organizational like cabinets and things so that I can streamline. Nice. It's a project. I'm grateful that it's taken off, but it's like the fact that it's taken off has led to more behind the scenes kind of organizing, paperwork, and
it takes all the stuff that you have to do instead of the creativity part.
And it's like I just had to, just kind of had to put my nose to the grindstone and go, just get done what you absolutely have to do. And that's how I don't get it stressed about it. I just go, this is what I can do today.
That's right.
And then when I get done at the end of the day and I've done what I can, I go, good job. I literally pat myself on the back.
Oh, I like that.
Helps, or wherever it feels good, on your heart or wherever you can reach. But
good job. I like that one. Never thought of that one. That's good though. I mean, because you're giving yourself that uplifted
add a girl or add a boy or add a they, and I also, when you feel like you're in a state of lack or nothing's going my way or whatever, and you know how I like to say, we don't take a breath, we receive a breath. we receive 25,920 breaths a day.
Whoa,
And
really?
and we don't even think about it on average, right? I mean, so just think of all those blessings in the day that you don't even think to be grateful for, right? We just take it for granted that our body knows to, keep us breathing and keep us moving. And so breathing is
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I mean, the more I say thank you to everything, every inanimate object, the indoor plumbing, the
Every time I take a
refrigerator.
hot shower, I'm like, thank you for this hot, wonderful
Thank
shower,
you, thank you,
in a
thank you.
in a heated building or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, because I've had to take showers at places that weren't heated and it was cold. And
And,
when you're living in an RV or something and you got to use the public showers there, it's like, oh, this is not fun.
mm,
And then another thing from Jinshin Jitsu, and it carries over to any of these modalities, our hands are generators of the Creator's power, not from within us, but a part of the ever constant and balanced universal supply. Exactly. Rub your hands together. Anything, if you're feeling stress, an easy thing to do is I'm making contact with this palm on the back of my hand, okay? And I'm bringing my fingers around because you got this the moon and the stars here at the wrist, and right
mm,
here, this little spot on the back of the hand. This is the Shen Men, Shen, and then new word Men, and it is the spiritual door. So if you are meditating or journeying or something, and you want to assist that experience,
mm,
you can do it. You can either put your palm over it or you can get in there with your fingertips.
mm. Feels so good. I mean, and isn't that weird? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm getting into it because I'm sitting here with Juno, but I don't normally sit here and think about holding my fingers or rubbing on myself, and yet I'll walk around and go, my spine hurts, or
Yeah, yeah,
just think about it,
yeah. And even if you just put your hands, if you hurt somewhere, if you just put your hands on there, you're going to notice how good that feels. Like,
Yeah,
we can our hands are tremendous healers.
yeah,
And we just don't utilize them because we're not, I mean, there's some things we do, like, was mentioned that, we naturally, you kind of instinctively know, but we're really not taught that. It's not supported in our culture.
yeah, exactly.
And a happy warrior is someone cheerfully undeterred by opposition of any kind. So let's
Mm,
all be happy warriors. That's how we're going to get through this. Because you know what? Our ancestors, we've got it tough, but our ancestors are the
mm,
suffragettes and all them. They suffered a
mm,
whole lot more than we are.
yeah,
We can do this. And if all it is holding energy, to me, that is a great motivator to get my thoughts out of that negative cycle, is that's not being responsible.
that's right.
That's staying in that woe is me, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. I've done it, believe me. I know the words backwards and forwards, but when I started saying no, it's my responsibility, to stay as positive as I can. And I just think it makes a big difference. So,
And Maria's sun in Scorpio too, and she's going to be 60. Seems like an unreal number. Yeah, but then it just is like they just keep coming, and you're just like, okay, that's
yeah,
interesting,
yeah.
you know. And I feel like all the healing that we've done, and not, you know, on this journey,
Hmm.
and the dark nights of the soul, and everything we've went through. I mean, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I've never felt as good as I've felt these last couple years. I don't think
Yeah,
ever.
yeah,
Maybe when I was a kid or young, you know.
yeah. I agree with you. I
So
can't
there's
believe I'm
some.
going to be 66 this year. I mean, that's just like, how did that happen? I'm only six.
I know it. All these Scorpios. Oh my goodness. Scorpios, happy warriors. Yes, happy warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 63, and I'm just like, Hey, I like that. 360, and I'll sit there and go, oh, Tesla numbers.
Yeah,
3 and 6.
three, six. Yeah,
Where's the nine? Comes to nine,
yeah.
I mean,
So
and with age comes wisdom. I'm sorry. Just wanted to
no,
say
no,
it
no,
that
don't apologize. That's true. There's a difference between knowledge and wisdom, and you don't gain wisdom without falling down and bumping your nose and making a mistake and sticking your feet in your mouth, and that's how you get wisdom.
Yeah.
Anybody can sit in a room and read a bunch of books or whatever, but it takes that interacting out in the world, that's where the wisdom comes in, applying that knowledge to things, and
Yeah.
being able to say, okay, I messed up, let me move past it. you know
Yeah.
that's the hard thing.
Where did that perfection thing come in? Like, if I don't do it perfect, I'm just worthless. I know
Exactly.
I had that for years.
Yeah, me
You
too.
know.
And that's a whole ego driven cycle.
Yeah, it is.
But I think a lot of it, I mean, I think there are young people who do become really enlightened early, but I think a lot of times it's kind of like you got to go through stuff. It's for some
Yeah.
people, we're all different how we.
And there's this weird dichotomies with things, because I knew I was psychic, where I saw things, or I heard things, or I knew things, but it never it was no rhyme or reason to it
Yeah,
until I worked on it,
right.
made it,
Exactly.
uh,
Which
and
makes
it's
sense if you think about it. Of course
right.
it would, but we don't. We kind of have this idea that some fairy godmother comes and bonks you on your head, and all of a sudden you're omnipotent. You got all, you got it all figured out, and it isn't like that. That's not
No,
how you
it,
earn it, so to speak. You learn it. You get, yeah. I mean, and I think some people it comes in with birth. You know what I mean? There's some people are born with certain
sure.
strengths and abilities, and then other
Mhm.
people have to work at it more, but it's just a different journey that you're on. One isn't better or more important than the other. How
No,
many people come in with these amazing gifts and they just totally waste them. You know what I mean? They don't appreciate them, or they misuse them, and uh, you know so another thing I wanted to show you was, by holding your ring fingers, this brings joy into being. So either ring finger. And you can get in there, you can do again the detailing and kind of feel where the sore areas are or whatever. But if you're feeling down or you're feeling stuck, hold your ring fingers. Brings joy into being. And the ring finger is related to emeralds, to the planets Venus and Uranus.
mm,
So those are.
I love that. I love the planets. Venus. Uh, okay, I don't know what I just did here. There we go.
What's going on? Are you okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. I thought I turned off my hotspot thingy, but I didn't.
Oh, I gotcha. But
So,
so I just wanted to let people know that there's, just like I said, like there's many different religions or ways of thinking, many paths up the mountain, and we're at the, because we're so globally connected, we're more aware of all these different paths. And I think that I just think we're really we're still in challenging times. I think we're gonna have a lot of answers in the next little while, but those
mhm,
answers they're going to take time, take time and effort to adjust to them. But don't
mhm,
get fixated on them.
mhm.
See the big picture, and draw in if you like working with the other side. We've done things in our practice groups where we brought in, Madeline Albright, and you know what I mean, different strong women that are around, Ruth Bader Ginsburg or whoever. They're there. They're accessible. If you want to talk to them and you want to, get some guidance from them, reach out to them. I think it's I've had some really interesting experiences by doing that. And they're there, they've lived this. They already paid their
Yeah.
prices, you know.
Oh, I've had the founding fathers come in quite a few times.
Really?
I Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know anything. Let me make that clear. I see them. I see them with uh, uh, with a, I don't want to, with a, they're saying to be the reminder of why America was founded. I think that they're showing themselves to certain people or
Oh,
visiting
definitely.
them, you know.
Definitely.
So we had T Barb to read for, Lori to read for, and also it was Maria has perfect health is going to be and well, Liz and all had a birthday too. My goodness, we could just read for the Scorpios, or do you want to read for everybody individually? I don't care.
It's up to you, Val. I'm good either way.
Oh, we could do it. We could do individuals. It's individual birthdays.
Sure. Happy birthday. Happy
Everybody,
birthday.
Scorpio season. We got the Scorpios here.
Priscilla just had a birthday. So
Ah, Priscilla.
yeah.
Yes.
And Kamala's birthday was the 20th.
Yeah. She has oh my goodness. There's so much going on. I can't even with the I'm always thinking astrology, so that's where my brain goes. Um but yeah, during this time period, right, where it is going to potentially be a little feisty, bumpy, well, it's best to self-regulate, stay out of it if you can't, if to honor your body. Oh, Diana, good night. She's fading. She has to close her eyes. I love you. We
Thanks
love
for
you
coming,
too.
Diana. You've done a lot of work. You deserve a
Aww.
rest.
Vicky Howe, yes, it does. Maria would love a reading birthday, October 2nd. All right, Maria. And so who are we doing? We're doing T Barb first? I'm
Yeah, sure.
assuming. Okay, T Barb. Make sure
I
I don't
pulled some
forget.
cards that seem to be for all of us, so I thought I'd show them first. And the
Okay.
first card I got, this is the Beloved Dead deck, and this is, it says Compass. So,
Mm,
we're charting new territory, keep your compass, you know what I mean? Keep your moral compass, keep your all that, your spiritual compass
mm,
attuned, properly in alignment, in a good alignment. And then the next one is perfection,
mm,
just, and of course, perfection, what I'm saying, don't take that to an obsessive level, but knowing that you're, focusing towards that rather than going the other way. You don't want to focus on imperfection, right? And then,
integrity.
and then expectation. So I just think these are, excuse me, all really encouraging cards. And then the last one is promise. So look at that. We've got a promise. There's two guys shaking hands. Okay. We're going to
Um,
come together through this. So follow your compass to perfection and have an expectation of a promise of us coming back together. That's what I see.
yeah,
Excuse me.
we're creating the new earth as we are being realigned. And all that information isn't here yet, but we all kind of understand the foundation is truth and authenticity and integrity and coming from your heart. So as long as that's where you're at in every moment, and that means when we honor ourselves too.
Right.
If I'm not feeling somebody or something, or I don't have a boundary up boundaries, this is really good Scorpio season for boundaries. Oh boy. Bet y'all the Scorpios know their boundaries.
And
Well,
scorpions glow in the dark when you put them under a black light. So
and the Scorpio is the only one with the three different animal totems: scorpion, eagle.
yeah.
They get that higher. They get that higher visual on things, and then there's the phoenix, where
Yeah.
the death and rebirth process is real. It's in every moment. All right, you want to go for a T Barb first?
Sure. Go ahead, Val.
No, go ahead. You got it.
I'm still,
Oh, you're still going? Sorry.
I'm shuffling.
Oh, T Bar. Well, imagine that a triple Scorpio intensity. and and we have a grand water trine going on. So this is really good energy, right? This is going to allow us to flow and to understand by feel this is the right way, or that's the right, or that it's that way. And that's coming up for you, T Barb. That's why I brought it up, because on the here we go on the bottom there's your journey. You're flowing in to your journey. Something. Let me get a couple more cards here for you. Hold on. Not reaching your destination. See, there's something about a journey here, and boy, are you strong. Look at this.
Oh yeah,
Look at this unicorn.
that's
He
gorgeous.
is all black, and I mean, he's just intense and strength. This challenge will make you stronger. You will get through it to the other side before the gifts in this situation. You know, but something about coming up onto your reaching your destiny. Your light is shining brightly. You know, your strength is showing. You're showing you. You're not. I want to say it like this: that there's no mistaking that you are a sovereign being and um, grounded into yourself. You
She's
know,
very powerful too. T-Barb's amazing.
I can feel her. I can feel her. That journey, boy. And again, I think, a lot of the pieces to the journey aren't here yet, but boy, you have a really solid vision, is what I want to say. Happy
Very
birthday, T-Bar.
Mhm. Well, I pulled out the Akashic Tarot for T-Barb, and the first card I got was the Oracle of Delphi.
Oh, yeah, see,
What is
that's
that?
exactly what I was.
Take down the note that you've got there, the Maria's.
Powerful.
They take down Maria's comment so that you
What
don't
happened?
so it's not confusing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I
That's okay.
forget I leave them up there, and then it scrolls goes on, and I forget all about it.
So,
Mm, oops.
oh, hey, Vicky. So this is about, the obviously the psychics, and there was more than one Oracle of Delphi. It wasn't just one person. There were several. Of course, when they didn't give the answer that the person in power wanted to hear, they were dispatched. But there's the person in the back there is a priest. So like he's receiving the messages, but she's interpreting them. So that's really important that to think about that if you're for any of us when we receive messages. There's a lot of value and there's a lot of power in the interpretations of the messages that you receive. And then she got the 7 of Keys, which is about ascent. So that's moving on up, increasing in your power, and you're able to see more and more. The higher you go, the more you can see, right? You get the bigger picture the higher you go. And then the last card I got was the 3 of Keys, which was the chess game. So taking that knowledge, taking that insight, taking that intuition, and having the higher perspective and being able to be more effective in the way you choose what your movements are, what your choices are going forward. Because you can see ahead. You can go, if I do this, or so and so can do that, and then you can plan it out better. And I think that's a good way for us to focus on where we're all going with this energy. If we fall into the worry and everything, and it's just about us, it's really not helping the cause, so to speak. The positive, carrying that positive energy. So stay above the fray as much as you can.
Yeah, yeah, I see her. She's very, very powerful in in her energy. Yeah, man. Lori Hunsinger will be next.
Okay, birthday
The
girl.
birthday reading. Hi, Lori
Birthday
Hunsinger.
today, did you say?
Yeah.
Yay, Hillary, happy birthday.
Yeah, triple Scorpio is you're not going to they create they I just love watching each sign, right? But Scorpios, they're really creating a foundation of safety and security. But boy, they they know what exactly how to get there and how to make it happen and how to and can easily change up course, right, to go forward. That was just something else coming in for you, T-Barb. I don't know why.
Well,
All
and that
right.
ascent card makes sense with the eagle part of the Scorpio because they got the bird's eye view.
Yeah. they use their intuition and that wisdom together. Wow, it's unstoppable, you know.
And I want to say that that compass card that came up before in the first, you know, not in the not in T-barbs, but that card has come up 5 times in the last 2 weeks. It's like it never came up before. So it's really funny how it's really focusing, you know, keep your compass, you know what I mean? Keep your rudder going in the right direction, that good stuff.
And only focus on what you love and value, what your heart, what makes your heart smile. Because as soon as we go over there and look at, oh my God, look at that nightmare over there, you know, the news,
There's always
whatever.
going to be a nightmare to look at. You know, it's up to you if you choose to look at it. Or I mean, doesn't mean be cold or indifferent or uncaring about it, but you don't have to let it ruin your day. Because so the first card I got, excuse me, for Lori was the Bohemian card. So you know, she's pretty chill. She's enjoying herself. Somebody who marches to the beat of their own drummer. Definitely, you know. And then the next card, I love this card, Optimism. Just stay focused on the optimism. I think you've got a lot to be appreciative and thankful for. And also, I see that this is how I see Lori coming through the face of this moment. You know, just sending out love and happiness and caring for everyone. And then the next card I got is Arcana, and this is pretty interesting because she's got the big bat on her head. You know, but this is about secrets, and it's about, you know, the power that it's about, you know, kind of our group and everything. We're tuned into that major Arcana energy, so very beautiful.
I'm seeing Scorpio power.
Yeah. And interesting, you know, you think about bats. Well, bats, what do? They hang upside down a lot of the time, right? But so they're seeing from it. It's like the Hanged Man. They see things from a different perspective. And then the last one was conscientious. So, you know, take these gifts that you have, the optimism and, you know, your unique self, your bohemian self, and the strength that you have through that major or through the Arcana card, that feminine energy, and be conscientious about how you portray that going forward, and it will serve you well. And it's funny, I have had more times than not lately, I have had these two cards come up together, and it's like they both have a, you know, a stick like thing, you know, one is a pipe and one I think is a hoe or a rake, but they have come up together like 3 or 4 times in the last couple of weeks. I think that's interesting. That idea of having, you know, a stick that could be a weapon. It can also be, you know, that thing about I wouldn't touch so-and-so with a 10-foot pole, but, you know, it's a way of touching something, but you're touching it at a distance.
Right.
I hope that's helpful, Lori. I hope you have a great rest of your birthday.
I do too. Wow, that was beautiful. Wow, Lori. Well, here's your wild nature coming up, your bohemian nature. I got wild nature.
Oh, cool.
There's a bear, and it says bear, lion, tiger, breaking rules, taking risks, vulnerability, untamed emotions, good instincts. Now there's a Scorpio. Then I got one that says it's time, right? Have you been looking into your past lives? Because I got past lives, first one I flipped over, then I got it's time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So like clock, early, late, need to move, you know, and that could be you know, that nagging feeling of needing to move. Not saying that everybody's on pause, because we're not all the same, but really, and Scorpio is going to do this anyway. Really examine the situation before you make a move and go forward. But then I got goddess for you.
Ooh.
Past lives. So honor your divine feminine energy. See your inner beauty. Love every part of yourself.
Nice.
Please. And this, okay, this is why they're bringing up past lives. Release past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration.
Interesting.
And that's energy too. That's energy work too. And then I got grace and gratitude.
Oh, Nice.
Through gratitude, joy expands. And that's what
Nice.
Juno is talking about.
I see that Lori mentioned that she loves bats. There's a playlist that I put up from that I did from that's from the last couple of years, but all my Halloween videos I put in there, and there's two that are about bats that are really interesting. But I also have one that talks about like there's a lot of misconceptions about witches, and none of the witches in America were not burned at the stake. That did not happen in America. They were hanged, except for Giles Corey, who was squished to death under rocks. But that happened in Europe. The burning of witches. Just things like that are things that we kind of think, oh, that's how this is, or that's how that is, and wizards and gremlins, and there's a lot of fun ones in there. So you guys might want to check those out for Halloween if you're looking for some good Halloween info.
Halloween activities. All right, and then we have Maria has
Okay.
perfect health, is a Scorpio, and then we have Liz in awe after her.
Sure.
And then I think we got all the Scorpios.
All righty.
Scorpio.
Thanks everybody for being here with us. We appreciate it.
And nothing like all signs have, higher attributes, lower attributes, but we all kind of roll somewhere in between. And as we grow and our wisdom comes on and our knowledge comes in, right? But the Scorpios at a high end are phenomenal.
Well, that's interesting.
Okay, so here we got Maria. Oh, Maria.
Well, for Maria, first card I got was attention. So it's interesting because here she's blowing a trumpet or a bugle, and usually see men doing that. So this is like the divine feminine energy coming in and saying, attention, pay attention to me. Or this might be, getting your attention that something monumental, something important is coming up here. But then the next card is chicken. This card, the chicken suit.
That fits because we're all like, yeah, I get it, but where am I? I don't know what to do.
But pay attention to the chicken, or if you're feeling chicken, or if there's something, or maybe there's a chicken delivery coming. I don't know, or maybe you need to lay an egg. I don't know what it is. These cards are made by taking photos of actual people back in the day. And then she created this deck from that. But this is one of my favorite cards in the deck. So there's something with chicken. So you'll have to let us know if that rings any bells. And then we got competition. So, is there somebody that you're competing with for time or energy or attention? Competing for attention with somebody who's a chicken? I mean, that could be interesting. And then the last card, though, we got is beautiful. It's the peace card.
Aww.
So, even if you feel like you're in competition or whatever with somebody, I think this is also about if you're feeling like you're confronted by something or somebody, chicken is for dinner. And are they going to be fighting over who gets I get the wings, or I get the drumsticks, or whatever it is? But then there's peace at the end of the day. So stay focused on the peace.
Hi, Penny.
Really
Ponitowski. Oh, that is so cool. That was cute. Oh my God. Well, the first card I got for you, Maria, was freedom. I don't know, right? So I kept going. Then I got overcoming obstacles because I didn't do 2 at the time. And I got energy. So what I'm getting is, okay, you've worked through a lot of the obstacles. Your main goal is to be free. Like really, on a deep level, it's like live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. I just feel that's strong, very strong for you. And then the overcoming obstacles, you can overcome anything. I think you've been working through that lately somewhere. And you're coming up with coming into these like weird things, these dichotomies, like, well, both can be the same. And you're like,
yeah,
okay. Then I got energy, fulfilled flowers, garden, nature, fulfilled, commitment, joy, friendship, love, enhancing your space and growing. And
Oh,
I got you.
nice.
Then I got compassion, staying focused, and learning. So to me, it's like you've been on a learning journey as well as a healing journey. You've been focused on it because what you really want is this freedom. Uh, and it really gives me chills every time I say the word. So something. Have you
Well,
felt restrict?
it's our hot button right now. Everybody's It's an issue for all of us, you know.
Yeah. All mind, beauty of living alone. Okay, so you're okay. Okay. I just maybe it is the election stuff. Maybe it is, deeper
Well,
stuff.
nobody's fighting over the chicken, she's saying too. She's living alone. I can have all of it that I want.
So it's like staying focused, hold the course.
Yeah,
You know, I think you've gone through, but I think we can all instinctively feel like this is the last push, right? We're not sure how long it's going to last. Let's go to inauguration day. You know, that could be the reality. It
yeah,
could even be longer. So we have to keep resolving within ourselves to be focused on the freedom.
that's right.
And that was, and but you have compassion for everything that's going on. It's just like, whoa. But I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, enjoying my energy, doing, putting my focus on the things I enjoy, and hold the course. Stay
Yeah,
the course.
yeah. It'll get you through more than,
Hmm.
I saw a
I
show.
think.
I
Mm.
used to really like to watch the Ghost Hunters. Jason Hawes and Grant Wilson. They've been on for a long time on the Sci-Fi Channel, and then I think they're on the Discovery Channel or whatever. But anyway, that group is kind of fallen apart, but Jason is still out there doing his thing on YouTube. And they were talking about the area of Gettysburg and then another area, I think in Pennsylvania, but it was connected to Gettysburg. But anyway,
Mm.
the point of the story was there was a man who was, in the war, and um, he had a family, obviously back home, and he had a Bible, and every day he would write in the margins of his Bible, things, whatever notes and whatever. And he got injured and he knew he was going to die. And he wrote in there, he goes, "I am the happiest I've ever been." Like he was so, like his whole demeanor, it wasn't, "Oh, woe is me." Cause you think he'd lost a leg or like, it was
Mhm.
really extreme what he had been through. But his whole demeanor was was just so grateful for his life. And it wasn't, he had written things like that throughout in the Bible. It wasn't just at the very end, when he knew he was challenged,
Mhm.
but that was his whole demeanor. And you think about how much that, because eventually when he did pass and his family ended up getting the Bible, when they saw that, how much that would relieve them, right?
Yeah.
The more we can be lighter with the way we're carrying our own load, then those who love us, it's easier for them also. The high tide lifts all boats kind of thing. So I was
Oh,
so moved by that story when I
I
saw it.
love that. My goodness.
I just tried
T-Lynn,
to make that up.
sorry. T-Lynn's asking a question. She has tiny blisters on the palms underside of her fingers. Imagine tiny carbonation bubbles. Is this somehow tied to the smaller chakras in the hands? Not
It,
getting it.
it could be anything on the skin can be related to liver function, which I'm not saying there's something wrong with your liver, but it can have to do, our skin um, portray, you know what I mean? It shows things sometimes that like different parts of our body show different, they're affected by different organs. So you could look at, maybe doing a cleanse or whatever as far as liver goes. And anything on the skin to help on the skin is if you put your hands on the backs of your calves, it helps everything in the skin. So that might help to harmonize it. Like I was showing you with those different diagrams, there's all these different ways that this energy is moving through our bodies.
Mhm.
Okay. So,
Mhm.
you can try to work with those things. I would have to do a little bit more deeper dive when I'm not trying to do a live show to give more information than that. But you know, anything with the skin, it has to do, you know, are you allergic to something? Are you touching something? Do you have a new hand soap you're using, or a new
Yeah.
sink cleaner? You know what I mean? Some kind of a chemical that you're using to clean your house, or
How,
it, anything that you're, you know, that you're touching. Be aware of that also.
and how long's it been going on is what also I need to
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
You know, uh, first thing I got was it was something that was introduced, a new something.
Like a toxin, like a
Yeah.
something you're allergic, sensitive to,
Mhm.
or yeah.
Okay, so that was okay. So Liz in awe would be last
Not the
Scorpio, I
rats
think.
coming through within. Well, you think about blisters, and a blister is like bringing stuff out. Do you know what I mean? Like when you get a blister, and it's also where there's been an irritation, or, you know, whatever, to an area. So I would focus on the releasing part. Um, but yeah,
Mm,
I would have to do a little more
yeah.
looking. I don't have it all. I don't have the 144,000 body functions memorized, but I every day I learn another one. And sometimes we're not even aware. Like I had a recently, well, 6 months ago or whatever, I was having such severe neck pain. I mean, I couldn't even sit in a chair. My neck was so bad. You know what it was? I bought new pillows, and they didn't. They were not right for me. And instead of going through the whole, let me get X-rays and let me get pills and let me get this and that, I thought, okay, what did I change? Do you know what I mean? And it was something that you wouldn't even really think about, because they felt like they were comfortable, but when they slept on them, they held me in a bad
Mhm.
position. So it could be something like Valerie was saying, something new that you started doing or touching or integrated into your life that's coming out that way.
And or you know, we have all been, and this is Scorpio season 2, right, where we release toxins, but
Yeah,
that's been going on. But
yeah.
here it is. You know, your body might just be um, doing its own thing. You know, getting rid of some of the. You know how our bodies are so oh my God, so intelligent. You know, they
Oh,
just
they're magical. You know,
yeah.
they're magical.
All right, you got Liz and all.
Oh,
Liz
yeah,
and
that's right. Hey,
all.
Liz.
Are you here, Liz? Make sure she's here.
She'll
Um,
rewatch if she's gone. She
that's
listens.
true.
I hope she's doing okay down there in Cozumel.
Everybody. I mean, we all got something that we're being challenged on some level,
Yeah,
right? That's
yeah.
part of this in chaos
Here she
space.
is. And
But
if you're not feeling really stressed, but you know other people are, send that good energy out to be supportive of those who need it.
right,
You know,
absolutely.
it makes a difference. I
Ooh,
used to think all this was just talk and just words, and then when you start to see the difference it makes, when you start seeing it that way, it really does make a difference.
huge, huge difference. Um, wow, Liz. I got cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life force, which I know you're on a healing journey as you're creating, as you know, where, and we all got kind of one foot in our old life and one foot in our new life, and but all the information for the new life isn't there. In the old life, you know, it's not easy to let go of a lot of things. So that's a process in
Mhm.
itself,
It
right?
is.
um, that cleansing waters, and it's about go in nature. Ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, connect to the elementals, which I think you already do all that. Right? There's that. And here, doesn't that look like, oh, it's upside down. She's laying in the water. I mean, like,
Oh,
it's kind of like that is Scorpio. You know, let those deep waters just flow up to the surface to come up to be released,
mm-hmm.
to be acknowledged, to be honored, and and move on from it, right? But as you know, as a Scorpio, discernment is everything. Scorpios are the best researchers, detectives, investigators. they have to be neutral in order to understand the information they're getting, a neutral observer. So stay in uh, that holy. I just heard that really loud. That holy spot, because to be a neutral observer and to look at things objectively is not easy. And then embrace enthusiasm. Shout out to the heavens with happiness. Again, there's that gratitude. And look at all. Oh man, wow. They're saying this to everybody. Honor the last 10, 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Look how far we've come.
Yeah.
All of us. I mean, it's just amazing. Like we've came through a lot of stuff in that time. And be open to receiving, Liz, and specifically gifts. That's how it came up, receiving gifts. So,
Nice.
um, there, and then I just heard, look at everything like a gift because it is. It's just all of it. Every moment is a gift, and and it just I'm seeing it showered. You're being showered upon.
Nice.
I hope that helps.
I want to say
I
hi
mean,
to Craig Dixon too. He just came in. So
hi,
hey, Craig.
Craig.
Nice to see
How
you.
nice to see you. Hi, Craig. Oh, I just love seeing everybody. Okay, Liz says what here? Have been encouraged to start a healing practice. Good.
Mm-hmm.
I know you do. I know you do. And I think that's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're to do. We're to follow those inner nudges because that's your spirit team. It's our spirit team guiding us, right? I'm my spirit team. I mean, I'm not saying I'm successful or anything, but that I feel like I'm doing what I came here to do. But they kept suggesting I create a channel, and I was like, no, 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 no. That's not for me, And here I am. But it isn't about me. It was about being in support, being help,
Yeah.
being
Yeah. Being of
receiving
service,
support.
you know. Yeah.
Yeah, all of it.
That's
So
awesome, Liz.
yeah, you're going to, and that's how I see it for you. Like it's petrifying. It's almost it's like what? This isn't real. That's what you're getting. That's real. That's your team. Um, let's see. T. Lynn said was in long-term extreme stressful situation at home and rest of world seemed crazy with our politics. Stress brought multi
Health.
uh, health issues and yeah, I'm
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
now.
That'll do it. Stress is
Oh,
like I think the number one causer of disease is actually
it
stress.
is a number one cause of death
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And living in a stressful situation, which was kind of another thing COVID did bring through
Yeah.
for us. A lot of people weren't prepared. They didn't like their house. They didn't like their family. They didn't like things were changing. It doesn't. I'm not blaming anybody or saying it's bad or good. I'm saying that brought us to the reality of hey, I'm not happy here. Now look,
Right.
now you work through it and you're on the other side of it, and I think it's beautiful. I
And you didn't
think
go through that alone. You know, a lot of people are, that like Valerie said, it through a lot of things. Everybody's world was turned upside down. So, and we all feel it and manifest it in different ways. Back to Liz, the first card I got for her was change.
oh geez, I'm
So
so sorry,
that's
Juno.
okay. No, 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 we're good.
Listen
So,
out.
you've got some changes that are coming and it's, this looks like positive. She's reaching upward. She's got wings, she's
Yeah.
moving on up. And then the next one is active love. It's the observation card. So look for it. Look for this change that's coming for you. She's got her binoculars out, so it's something that's out there on the horizon. It's not something that's right in front of you yet, but there's something really good, some good change that's coming for you. And then the next card I got is sovereign. So whatever this change is, it's going to help you to stay sovereign. going to help you to keep your independence and keep focused on that. And, you know, she's got her hands on some books there. So that to me suggests research, you know. And maybe this isn't you that's going to have that information, but Liz, but maybe you're going to get connected with this person that's going to have some information that will help you maintain your sovereignty. So I hope that's helpful, Liz.
Oh, wow. Let me see. Like to learn more about your experiences. Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice.
very nice.
And look at Lori here. Hi, everyone. I took my dog outside, and the entire sky around my home is violet. It's everywhere. Saint Germain and Lady Nada is with us. Oh, I love that.
Wow. Thanks for telling us that, Lori. That's amazing. Love sharing that. And what better color than violet?
I mean, I was working with Violet Flame all day. That's why I was like, oh my God. Look.
That's
The
awesome.
last couple of days, really. But wow, that is so cool. So cool. Well, did we miss anybody else who had who's a Scorpio with a birthday either past or coming up? Please let us
Yeah,
know.
everybody.
Uh, aw, is it Liz and Maria are getting to know each other? See, and I like those cards because they seem like they had a lot of
Oh
wings
yeah,
on.
yeah. Well, they're the beloved dead, so they're looking at people. You know,
Yeah,
you can do it to read past lives or all kinds of stuff. But I don't know. The more I use them, the more I love them. I've had really good experience with them. So, and if anybody, speaking of that, if anybody wants a reading, I have some openings coming up. If you're interested, you can email me at junosees, JUNOSEES @gmail.com. If you're interested in the hats, I have those for sale. I'm making cat and dog outfits. So that's the next thing I'm working on to have some fun stuff to offer to you guys. But I do mediumship, past life readings, dream interpretation, destiny cards, straight tarot, oracle cards. We can do the mandala reading. That's if you're really wanting to do some little more inner, soul work, not so much surface things. So let me know if you're interested. Akashic readings. I did an Akashic reading yesterday, and it went really well. It's just amazing the things that come out, and then the validations came through even before the
yeah.
end. So it was so fun.
I love
And
it.
Valerie does readings too. She's an amazing astrologer, you guys. So if you haven't done so yet, you not probably, you should, if you can, book a session with her because she's been so helpful to me with her
Yeah.
readings.
I just love it, and it's more like a soul reading too. So, and they're long, but they're detailed for the next few months, especially. It'd be good to get a snapshot because I do aspect readings where I take your natal chart and when we meet, where the planets are the moment we meet, and then I read from that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Do you ever sleep? No. No, I know she does, but I swear,
Yeah,
her and Diana, I'm like, you two just keep on going. I don't know how you do it.
yeah. I sleep when I wish I could sleep longer, but I've been told I crochet in my sleep.
Oh,
So who
wow.
knows? But
Crocheted in your sleep. And look here, Maria is doing a new moon painting in
oh,
violet. Violet is the theme. So cool.
I
I
love that.
love that you're doing a painting. Oh, I would love to see it. Oh, thanks everybody. I have my email listed in my channel. Is
There
just
you
send
go.
a hello. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
you guys
All
rock.
right. Well, Juno and I will be back soon. Juno's going to do another trunk show. Well, I don't think we have the dates yet,
Yeah, I don't
but
think it'll be maybe next Sunday, not this coming Sunday, maybe the next Sunday. We'll let you guys keep watching our community pages and we'll let you know. Um, and everybody who's participated and helped you, this has been really awesome. And I've got a couple of custom orders out there I'm working on. So, you know, bear with me. We're getting there. And I'm making some really nice jewelry up too for Christmas holiday giving and stuff. Even if you want to give it to yourself.
Juno, you are
So,
amazing. You're such an
so are you.
amazing creator.
We've got so
I'm
many amazing people in our community.
We do. And don't forget the hats. The hats are the
Yeah.
ball. I love the hats.
This
Just
one
love
is my Beetlejuice with spiders hat, so.
I
Oh,
love
and
it.
by the way, I made one a special order. Well, not I mean a gift for Gerald from Tarot Stash, and he received it today. So he said he's going to wear it during a live show. So you might want to check that out if you want to see another fun hat that I did. Very unique for Gerald. So I guess you can probably imagine what that means.
I love it. I love your hats. I love all of you. I love all of this. It just is so. It's. I mean, it's the best way to spend my time with you. I'd rather be talking
Absolutely.
about this and how we can stay strong and support each other.
Yeah.
And I'm
And
so
vote. If
glad.
you haven't done it, vote. Get people out there to vote. Anything you can do. We're in the home stretch now. So stay positive. Even if you hear something that's challenging, stay positive. We can do this. We can all do this.
I send everything love, no matter how bad it is. I just send it love, and the truth be revealed.
I'm
Because
holding my thumb and my index finger, worry and fear, right, Valerie? When you're and go, yeah. And keep talking. What were you saying?
um, oh geez, was it? I don't know what I said. I'm sorry.
Oops. But stay positive and stay in the
Oh yeah,
light. You
yeah.
know,
Stay positive because, well, there, as positive as man.
it
That's
doesn't
not.
mean that you're not going to have times of doubt and feel bad, and don't beat yourself up if you do. But as much as you can keep it on a high vibration, it will help
Oh, I
all of us.
send love. I send
Yeah,
love,
yeah.
and please have the truth um, exposed, however you want to say it. I always put that out there because
Yeah.
there's so much disinformation. And from what we're seeing, we're sitting here and we're being shown all these images
Yeah,
from way far away. We're
yeah,
not there. We don't know what's really going on. We don't know.
yeah.
So that's why I just that's that neutral observer come in and just be love, send out that love and
And
truth.
remember, dragonfly energy, truth transcends illusion. We're going to
Mm,
transcend a whole lot of illusion.
yes, we are.
So,
We
anyway.
love you very much, and we will be back soon to see you. If you have any questions or anything, contact us, and we're here for you. Thank you, Juno. Thank you for hanging out with me.
Thanks for
Thank you
having me
for
on.
bringing your wisdom. I'm
My
so
pleasure.
grateful for you. Thank
No,
you, everybody.
same to you. Love
Love
you
you.
guys. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.